Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Let's talk middleweight division. Let's talk boxing. Felix Sturm against Martin Murray. I took Sturm against Matthew Macklin, but in looking at that fight, I can't say that Sturm looked as good as I thought he would. Quite frankly, a strong argument can be made, in my opinion, that Sturm didn't even win the fight. Certainly Macklin, I thought, dominated him for stretches of that fight. I think Sturm, quite frankly, has deteriorated as a fighter. I believe Martin Murray is a live underdog in this one. Both Sturm and Murray are defensively minded fighters who work behind a jab. Sturm, quite frankly, is a bit shop worn. And I believe that he really has slipped noticeably and has gotten some favorable treatment by the German judges. Be aware of the location of the fight. It's in Sturm's backyard, right? I believe that his defensive style works best in Germany because it's similar to Sebastian Sylvester's style, and different countries have different preferences, right? Here in the United States, we love a guy who can counterpunch and looks like Sugar Ray Leonard. In Germany, they like a stiff jab, they like a tight guard. It's a different culture, and Sturm fits into that culture well. But Murray fascinates me. Murray's also tall. He keeps his hands high, he waits for an opponent to pounce, and then he pounces, right? Take a look at his fight against unbeaten Nick Blackwell. Both guys lack power. Sturm's last KO was against a guy named Ronald Hearns, who unfortunately wasn't his father, Thomas Hearns, right? And Ronald simply didn't have the defense, in my opinion, that Martin Murray brings to the table. The lead bet that fascinates me, because I expect this fight to go several rounds, is the over 8.5 rounds at -400. Right? Bet 40 to win 10. I know the odds are long, but quite frankly, I think Murray's a live underdog. I don't see Murray knocking out Sturm. I don't see Sturm knocking out Murray for at least the first 8.5 rounds of this fight. I do expect it to be more defensive than offensive. I expect both to be somewhat cautious. Quite frankly, given the fight pattern of Sturm's last fight against Matthew Macklin, I question whether he can put his foot on the gas for all 12 rounds. He strikes me as a fighter who takes rounds off. I believe Murray, who's something like a 3.5 to 1 underdog, is a live underdog, but I question whether a defensively minded opponent will get the benefit of the doubt from the judges in a fight against Felix Sturm in Germany. What I don't question in my own mind is Martin Murray's ability to stretch this fight into the later rounds, and I believe that's where it's going to go. I like the over 8.5 at -400. If you're even a bolder gambler than I am, you can actually get this at even higher odds for -6.5 and -7.5, and you could also be a little bit risky and say that this fight goes 10.5 and get significantly better odds than the -400, right? I do expect Martin Murray to be around in this fight, although Murray hasn't fought big-time competition. Looking at him on film, in my opinion, he has the defensive skills to stretch this into the later rounds. I'm expecting this one to go several rounds. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments for me here on YouTube. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com and predictboxing.blogspot.com. My bet here, the over 8.5 at -400. Thanks for watching.